Hey squad, welcome back to Prepping with Sarge. Today we're going to talk about the Bushwhacker from Holtzman Gorilla Survival. If you watched the video earlier this week, then you saw the unboxing. We're going to do that again real quick so people who didn't watch that video can see what's inside this. Then we're going to do a little testing and reviewing. I really like Holtzman Gorilla knives. This is my latest one. This was sent to me by them for a review. So let's check it out together, and then I want to hear what you think about it. All right, and also as I go through this, keep in mind that I will give you a discount code in the description down below, and also later on in the video, I will give you a QR code and the discount code and everything you need if you like this and you want to get one for yourself. Now, Holtzman Survival often has their products come in gift boxes like this, which make them a great gift, birthday gift, holiday gift, whatever, for a loved one. Now, I did the unboxing earlier this week, but if you didn't see it, let's go through this real quick. You got your care letter for how to care for 1095 high carbon steel. Let's talk about that in a few minutes. These are not snacks, folks. Don't eat these. Beautiful packaging, right? You get a nice thank you card. Beautiful Kydex sheath. You got a G10 handled scraper. That's for the ferro rod, which is right here. Got a nice ferro rod. And actually, let's do real quick. Let's kind of show you. All right, so you're good to go there. Ferro rod and scraper. Let's put those in the Kydex sheath. That little elastic lanyard just helps to keep it in there nice and snug so it doesn't fall out while you're on the trail. And that's in there nice and snug as well. Got a little bit of paracord, which you could attach for your lanyard. And you got a wrench to tighten up your Kydex sheath to make it if you need to. And then let's take a look at this blade. Now, keep in mind that I actually have been testing this week. You're seeing this a little bit out of order. So it does look like it's got some wear and tear on it. That's not how it came new out of the box. That's because I've done some extensive testing, which I'll show you here in just a second. But let's give it a quick test on the Kydex sheath for fit. Oh, and these are really cool. Okay, basically, to open this up, to put on your belt, you're just gonna slide it to that side. It says on. And then you're gonna push this in and it opens up. Attach it to your belt. And then when you have it attached, you're gonna slide it back to that side and it's not gonna fall off. All right, let's check the fit on this Kydex sheath. Nice. Really good retention. But if you're worried about it, you also got the little strap. All right, that is not going anywhere. You could attach it to your gear upside down like that if you want it on your chest rig or your backpack. If you're running through the jungle doing cartwheels, folks, that's not going anywhere. And then if I pop that open, even then, like, it's got really good retention. I'm gonna give it a little thumb push and it pops right out when I need it, okay? Nice Kydex sheath, very, very well built. Everything you need right there and a little bit of a survival kit. All right, let's take a look at this knife. All right, so the Bushwhacker is 11.2 inches overall in length, 5.62 inches 1095 carbon steel blade. We're going to talk about the carbon steel here in just a second. Thickness is 0.16 inches, and the hardness rating is 58 to 60 HRC. It's a little bit of a thick boy, which you might want for a good field knife, a good survival knife, good bushcrafting knife. You can do a lot of work with this. This would be kind of, if you don't want to go full on machete or kukri, but you want something a little bit bigger to work with. The handle is G10, 5.59 inches. So, and I have a pretty decent sized hand, and this fits really comfortably. I did not, in my test, feel any hot spots. And then of course you could attach a lanyard to the end. Now let's take a closer look at this thing. I want to just admire the craftsmanship of this. Now, as far as handles go, I will tell you that my two preferences are either micarta or G10. Both tend to have really nice, grippy texture to them, and even if your hand gets wet from like processing a deer or something like that, or rain or blood or whatever, it still maintains that grippiness. It's got very light, very unlikely to slip on you. And this one here is G10. So again, like beautiful craftsmanship with these lines, full tang, obviously, fixed blade. Got a a little tiny choil there, which I probably wouldn't use. Your back is a 90-degree spine. It is not a sharpened 90 like some other knives. It doesn't, there's no worry about running my finger on there. I'm not getting cut at all. Got a little bit of jimping on the back. Again, feels good in the hand. No hot spots. Feels really good. Now the blade, as you can see, I have done some work with this thing already, and then I added a little bit of oil because it was going to be a week before I could get back from when I did the batoning, which I'm going to show you here in just a second, to getting back to being able to film the rest of this video. So when I was doing work with this knife, the first thing I did was the batoning. Let's take a look at that now. All right, now, folks, I got to be honest with you. I haven't done a whole lot of batoning in my life. There really hasn't been a need for it. I've been building forts in the woods since I was like 7 years old. You know, there's a few times when you might use it if you really want some small firewood for like a solo stove or something like that, or you're trying to keep a very small fire going for a low profile, things like that. Maybe filling in a little few pieces in your shelter, but it's not really something that you use that much. At least I don't. But let's go ahead and give this a try because I do know some people like to use it in their bushcrafting skills. All right, and so any little marks you see on there are from that, okay? And then there's a little bit of oil that I put on here, and I just use mineral oil. That's what I prefer for my high carbon steels. It gives it protection from corrosion. Mineral oil is also food grade safe, which is why I prefer that, because sometimes you're processing your food with your knife. So why 1095 high carbon steel? Well, I believe there is a D2 version of this as well, but high carbon steel tends to have superior edge retention even after heavy use. So if you're going on a trek, if you're doing some backpacking or some hiking, going out into the jungle, whatever, you're generally going to want some kind of steel that's going to retain its edge for a long time without, even after heavy use, right? So that's why you might go with high carbon steel. It's also very easy to sharpen. It's also very affordable compared to other higher steels such as like MagnaCut, right? But here's the thing, with all steel, there are trade-offs, okay? So what you got on this one is you got the high edge retention, the superior edge retention. It's easy to sharpen and it's affordable. But with a high carbon steel, you want to make sure that periodically you're giving it a little fresh coat of oil, whatever type of oil you use for your tool maintenance. In my case, like I said, I prefer mineral oil. Okay, so that just is to give it a little bit of corrosion resistance. And if you've got this thing put away, just try to remember, a couple times a year, pull it out, put a little bit of oil on there, and that will protect it for a very long time. Now, so I did the batoning. Let's do a couple other little sharpness tests here. All right, so if you watched Sarge's knife reviews before, and there's a full knife review playlist that you should check out if you're a fan of knives, I always do a paracord test. Oh my gosh. I like barely touched it. I might need to get a bigger piece. Let's see. I don't know if that's gonna get in there. Let's try it. So we got 2. Yeah, I can't get in there to get a good grip. Hang on. All right, so let's do 1, 2. All right, so there's your 2 paracord. It's like nothing. What an edge on this thing. What an edge. All right, let's see if we can do 3 here. If I can get 3 big pieces. Or I'm gonna have to cut some more. If I have to cut some more, I'll cut some more. All right, let's see if we can do 3. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, wow. That's really nice. And that's after, I have not sharpened this since I did that batoning, okay? All right, try a little paper test here. Oops, that was me. That was my fault. Again, that one was my fault. I'm just kind of doing this behind the camera, so sometimes the angle is a little bit weird. Yeah, this is fine, folks. That's just me. That why I'm not getting a full cut there. I'll show you. I can do another one. And this is after doing that batoning. That's why I did this video in that order. I wanted to show you why 1095 high carbon steel, it's made to keep that edge even after putting that work in. All right, you convinced? The paper test, by the way, folks, is one of the best tests for sharpness that you can do. The other one is, of course, the tomato test. That's just me, folks, that I'm not. Okay. All right, so how would you use this one? This is obviously a good camp knife. You certainly could take it hunting. Certainly could use it for hiking, backpacking. It's gonna do all the work. It's going to be able to process a little bit of firewood. It could definitely be used for dealing with 2-legged predators that you might meet out in the trail, getting your fires going, processing an animal if you had to. This is definitely a nice option. This is the Bushwhacker. And let's go ahead and put a QR code up here, as well as my discount code down below that, so that you guys can go ahead and get a little discount if you want to go and check this out. Again, this might make a really good gift for the loved one in your family. Or maybe you want to give it a gift to yourself. All right, folks, that's the Bushwhacker from Holtzman Gorilla Survival. I hope you liked it. Let me know down in the comments below what you think, if this is a knife that you might be adding to your collection, or maybe you're going to gift it to a friend or a family member. If you got anything value out of this, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and check out my knife reviews playlist. And last of all, don't forget to check in the description down below for some discount codes for products that I think you'll like. Keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.